Alright, Jeff, I haven't talked to you in a few weeks. Last time we did, we talked about Floyd Manny, that fight needing to be made. Lots of folks have gotten their hopes up here lately. Anything that you know that maybe the general public doesn't know where these negotiations are going, because it seems like they're starting to fall apart a little bit.
Well, the thing is that, you know, basically, I kind of know what's going on, but that's for me to know, for everybody else to find out. So it's one of those situations in which, you know, I'm not going to reveal anything to anyone. You know, I mean, if Floyd Manny's going to fight, it's up to them to announce it, and not everybody inboxing me on damn Facebook, Instagram, and everything else, because at the end of the day, it's not, you know, I'm not the promoter. I have nothing to do with it.
Well, Floyd had kind of mentioned that, you know, Manny can say what he wants about agreeing, but it comes down to Top Rank because that's Manny's boss, whereas Floyd manages himself. But Top Rank is saying they've agreed to everything, and then, you know, there's speculation that maybe it's just a TV or a network thing. Showtime and HBO can't get their act together. How important is it that those two, HBO and Showtime, are able to come together and figure something out?
I mean, it can happen. I mean, it's happened before. I mean, you had Holyfield and Tyson, one of the biggest fights, you know, prior. And the thing is that this is the biggest fight in history. So, I mean, if they can get that fight done, they definitely can get this fight done. I mean, especially with it being so lucrative.
Well, I'm going to say this, you know, we've argued this before, and you don't think that this fight needs to be made for Floyd's legacy. I think at this point more than ever, with all this going on and maybe being close or maybe not, that it 100% is necessary for his legacy. I think there will always be that asterisk if he doesn't get this fight made. You know, that being said, how important do you think it is that this gets done?
Just like I said before, it don't matter, because at the end of the day, Floyd wanted to fight him 5 years ago when he was at the peak of his career. Asked him to take the blood test, he refused to take it. So we're talking about something that should have happened 5 years ago. So it don't make no difference if a guy didn't take it. If he didn't take the fight back then 5 years ago, it's not Floyd's fault, it's his own fault.
All right, what about now if they have agreed with everything?
Well, what I'm saying is that it don't do nothing to Floyd's legacy, because Floyd called him out first when he was at the peak of his career, when he was knocking people out, and then he chose not to take the fight. I mean, Floyd was ready and willing. Let's do it. What happened to him?
It seems like, you know, people are kind of torn. Whose fault is it? Why did the fight didn't get made? Truth really doesn't matter. It's kind of almost like a battle of PR. Who's done that? And it almost seems.
Don't get me wrong. That much is true. But at the end of the day, Floyd really don't need him. He don't.
I disagree. Like I said, I think there's always that asterisk.
It'd be an asterisk. That's the one thing that you can say. You can say it about every fighter that's considered a great fighter, because there's always somebody out there that didn't fight.
But not this, where you have two titans.
It doesn't matter. Like I said, it don't make no difference, because you got fighters that, okay, Ray Leonard, he never fought.
Hagler.
No, he fought Hagler.
Oh, at the end, I said at the end.
He fought Hagler, but no, it wasn't Hagler. The fight that everybody was talking about him fighting was I can't think. But anyway, same thing with Roy Jones. He had a guy that he never would fight. So I mean, at the end of the day, any great fighter is going.
I still don't think any of those compare, though.
It does compare, because at the end of the day, it's the same exact thing. It don't stop the fact that Floyd has shattered every record of boxing. So that part of his legacy is intact. So it's not about. I mean, and like I said, at the end of the day, Floyd beats him. When Floyd beats him, it ain't gonna matter anyway, because everybody gonna act like, oh, okay, well, he was supposed to do that anyway. So at the end of the day, what does it really mean?
Well, if this fight can't get made, it seems at this point, the Floyd and Cotto rematch. Do you think that's really maybe the only acceptable alternative to many in the general public, as opposed to like an Amir Khan or something? Cotto's the only fight they'll buy?
Well, I mean, Cotto's still the marquee fighter. I mean, Amir Khan not.
That's what I'm saying. So is he the only one that Floyd could fight, not take a huge hit?
It's not that. The other thing is this. He's the only fighter that's unattached. He's the only fighter that's in control of his promotion, just like Floyd is in charge of his promotion. So it's a situation in which the reason why that fight can get made is because, of course, first of all, it's the highest payday he'll ever get once again, and he's not under Top Rank's banner. He's not under anyone else's banner. He's not under Golden Boy. He's under you know, he's under Miguel Cotto promotions. So that makes the fight easy to do. You know, and I think that fight is just the alternative. I don't necessarily think that that's the fight that, you know, the public wants in a fight that Floyd wants to make either, I don't think. But I think that if this fight can't get made, you know, for different reasons, you know, it's, you know, everybody's gonna point the finger at whoever they like. They're gonna point the finger at the other person.
I think that in this instance, Manny's almost won the PR battle, because by them coming out and saying we've agreed, Top Rank saying we agreed, even whether it's Floyd's fault, Manny's fault, the network's fault, whoever's fault, it seems like almost this time the majority of the public is putting on Floyd to make this fight get done.
Okay, that may be true, but at the same time, why do you think Floyd had to do negotiations with Miguel Cotto? Yeah, you know, just like everybody else know why. Because it's a Mexican holiday. The same Mexican holiday that Floyd had fought on in the last 5 years. But now all of a sudden it's a Mexican holiday. So, what is that supposed to mean? Floyd did what he was supposed to do. If he's doing negotiation with Miguel Cotto, good for him. Because, like I said, it's a Mexican holiday. But at the end of the day, Floyd's been fighting the Mexican holiday for 5 years, but now all of a sudden he's not good enough to fight for it because he's not Mexican. But he beat Alvarez, Guerrero, and the list goes on. So I mean, that's a piss poor excuse anyway for a reason to kill the fight. So it's like I said, at the end of the day, you can point the fingers wherever you want to, because if you're a Manny fan, okay, Floyd is you're scared of Manny. Same thing. If you're a Floyd fan, the fight is not getting made because of various reasons. I mean, it's easy to say that, oh yeah, well now we agreed to everything, but did they really? You know, because at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, it's still a Mexican holiday.
So ultimately, does this fight get made or not?
Huh?
Ultimately, does this fight get made or not? You had to go.
I have no idea. I mean, I do know, but that's nobody else's business.
All right, Jeff. Thanks, man.
Welcome, chump.